Dumelang mapara le maparagadi, ke la bone, and as always, that can mean Mzansi Fundis is on your screen. I am your host, Lekoko, and I'm rolling with the Fundis, Abafundis Bam, the ones who know what's happening in the world of South African football. And a lot has happened, as we've seen on the menu. There's Stellenbosch, Kajambo save, Sikukuni caught with their pants down. There's just a lot, but we are going to unpack all of that. Make sure you stay there. Move, because we're going to every single thing that we need to discuss about the sport. We'll discuss it. Gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode. Lishap Kabona, squad is Fandaga. We are good.
Hello, Cox.
How are you? Oh, I'm going to be so. Welcome back, I see. Gentlemen, in this week, we've seen people caught with their pants down. A particular team, to be exact, Sikukuni. I think let me start from that side. The coach is out. They currently don't have a coach. What's the story behind all of that that's happening, Mampos?
There was a Matata, because it affected what happened on the pitch, I believe so, because there was a video that was circulating of the coach being in some indecent places, and that came to the club, and the club has got to look at what it is that they hold up in terms of their values, and the coach offered the club a resignation, and the club accepted his resignation and has parted ways. Masaid has caught the team off guard, and the team has got to now go back and redo that process all over again. But until such a time, everybody's speculating that Leshonolo's coming back, Gaetano's coming, and until the team makes an announcement, all that is just merely speculation.
Lufuno, let me bring you in, because a lot of people are arguing about, man, these things have nothing to do with the on-field stuff. If the guy is still doing his job, if he's coming, Atika, Registaya, who attend Aspani, he should carry on. Your sentiment on that?
No, unfortunately, Sikukuni is a brand. You've got a brand to protect. And as a coach who's coaching the team, the players, you need to lead by example, Cox. And I mean, at the end of the day, the brand is bigger than an individual, and they have to protect the brand on its own. You know, knowing South Africa, you know, and he's here, he stays, and he continues, and every time they lose, they'll have those names attached to them, and you don't want that for them.
Phone, they'll be going on.
You know, South Africa, so you rather protect your own brand. And I mean, the coach understands. He must also know that as an employee, there's code of conduct in any business, and obviously such kind of what you call it can't be tolerated.
SC,
sure.
We looked at Stellenbosch, Sikukuni, I beg your pardon. Everything else that they've done prior to the coach Avaya, the signing of the players and the structures that they've had. Do you feel that they're ready for somebody else to come in and just hit the ground running, really the same expectations, or the expectations have to change?
The expectations get changed, Cox, because now key team go PSL if let's go top 5. And you look at that alone, it tells you, but then we're not even going to talk about position last season. We're talking about now the situations that we told Raiwan. TP fella for one, but just the tip. There's Vosmusi Utengo available, Bagana Bakukalena. How looks at Tabazabona Lesiema, Bautore, Bayama Lesiema. He was a good coach for them, and chances are he might just bring them back into a good position again.
All right, speaking of positions, there's a certain position that Kaizer Chiefs has taken with regards to the transfer. And to be exact, Baba Chai to Cape Town, or no, don't touch Mona. And the teams that Cape Town, they're going back and forth. Transfer movement that's happening at Kaizer Chiefs right now. The rejection letters that you are receiving,
no movement.
Where can we put them?
Yeah, look, it's not something that is unusual with Kaizer Chiefs. We know that there are players that Kaizer Chiefs have earmarked to buy when they will go knock, and the player will say it's not for sale. But the next day he'll be sold to another team. So Kaizer Chiefs has to be smart in terms of how they do their things, and in terms of how they approach the transfers. So my view is that a team as big as Kaizer Chiefs that has unearthed players like Musona, Besuma, those players don't play in the PSL. They need also to look outside the PSL so that they can be able to get the players that they need. You have listened in the radio where you hear the agent says that Kaizer Chiefs was offering better money. but the player was also willing to join Kaizer Chiefs. But that players end up going somewhere. So for me, it's PSL and Kaizer Chiefs transfer is very complicated.
Cox, Luvuno's playing victim here. Let's be honest.
I'm not playing victim. I'm saying what
Let's give him a chance.
And we'll take a couple of things. When you look at one, Pirates went and said they want Van Rooyen. Steve Barker's on record saying what? Stellenbosch is not selling anybody. But because players have got buyout clause, you've got to meet that. If you want the quality, you must be prepared to pay. Chief, you can't go to Chinatown and expect to find quality.
But Mpo must also be corrected. Not all players have buyout clause. He must also understand contract of players are completely different and they're designed completely differently. We might play the same team in LC. No, but I'm being honest. No. Listen to me. Hear me out.
No,
we can play for a different team, but
Cox,
we might not have all buyout clause.
Cox, if you look at Stellenbosch, the only thing that would differ on contract from all clubs, it is your salary and your buyout clause. Those are the things that we...
I just want to interject there.
And let me ask you this question. Do you also feel, as from an outsider point of view, do you feel that Kaizer Chiefs is being targeted?
I wouldn't say necessarily been targeted. You know, there's a shift that's happening in football, and I find it strange. It's unusual for Kaizer Chiefs lose the player in such a manner. Kaizer Chiefs they never lose players. Players want to come and play for Kaizer Chiefs.
Let me finish. But that's not the fact.
Now it is a fact because a lot of players
went to Sundowns.
So back in the days, you knew very well if a certain Lekoko says, "I'm going to Kaizer Chiefs," that narrative won't change. It stays like that. Now, as I'm saying, football has shifted. You put money on the table, they will negotiate with you and have a conversation with you. It ends there.
Cox. All right. Yes, Lufut.
I don't agree with him completely because we have examples where Kaizer Chiefs have knocked to the door of a certain team and said, we want the player. They were told he's not for sale. That player, the following week, is appearing in another team. What changed? It was not an issue of saying Kaizer Chiefs don't want to pay. It was an issue that is not for sale.
What I'm saying, the CEO of Cape Town Spurs comes on board and says, there is a value that we've put on our player. Kaizer Chiefs does not want to meet that value. If you want players, if you want good quality players, you're a big team, act like a big team and meet those prices. For example, Mamelodi Sundowns. Stellenbosch says Reyners is not for sale, but there's a buyout clause. What did they do? Let's go activate.
And Mamposa, we will touch on that because the very same team that said is not willing to sell or they're not selling their players, they've sold to other people. So let's hold on to that thought. We will discuss it. We'll delve deeper into that. Mahaitsu, let's go take a break. We'll come back second half and carry on with this conversation.